Well, this morning we're learning cannabis sales in Connecticut are dropping.
Yeah, that's despite new state data showing December was actually the highest month of cannabis sales since recreational use became legal back in 2021.
Your reporter, Sierra Jordan, is live outside a dispensary in Manchester explaining what this means for customers and businesses here in our state. Good morning.
Good morning. For years, retailers have said customers go out of state to Massachusetts for cheaper options, and that's because the cannabis here in Connecticut come with a high price tag, and a lot of that comes down to taxes. And the number of sales at dispensaries in your town can impact how much money goes back into your community. State records show Connecticut retailers sold about $290 million worth of cannabis in 2025. That's slightly below the 2024 total when sales reached $293 million. Back in 2021, adult use cannabis was approved. 1 year later, retail stores were cleared to open. Today, there are 61 licensed cannabis retailers across the state. Nearly half of them, 29 stores, are approved to sell both medical and recreational cannabis. That number is expected to grow after a state law passed allowing more retailers to sell both. Customers also pay 3 separate taxes at checkout. The state standard 6.35% sales tax, an additional 3% local tax, plus a THC-based tax that can add another 10 to 15% to the final price. Those tax dollars go toward the state's general fund, social equity, and innovation programs. We are already seeing some retailers converting because of the change in law. Starting tomorrow, Fine Fellow will become a hybrid retailer selling both medical and recreational cannabis, but it is not clear how that will impact sales this year. Your reporter live in Manchester, Sierra Jordan, Channel 3 Eyewitness News. Back to you guys.